If you have diabetes, you may recognize that the pancreas is not making enough insulin to correct your blood sugars. The other thing to recognize is that there are other underlying causes that can contribute to your diabetes, and those underlying causes lie in 5 areas. One of them is hormones. The hormones that are most critically linked to your ability to process sugar are going to be, number 1, in women, progesterone. Number 2, in men, testosterone. It is well known in several scientific studies that the levels of testosterone in the upper range are connected to better insulin and better sugar regulation. As a matter of fact, in many of the men that have diabetes that I've treated with testosterone, they've been able to come off of their diabetic medications simply by keeping their testosterone levels in an upper range. The second area of importance is going to be nutrients. There are certain nutrients that control the ability of insulin to even bring sugar into a cell. For example, in order for insulin to work properly, the receptor site requires vanadium, chromium, and B3. As a matter of fact, this is why many of the products on the market that help with diabetes have these 3 ingredients in them. Another nutrient that's critical for that receptor site is magnesium, and low magnesium levels are predominant all over because magnesium is one of the nutrients that happens to be diminished in our soil. The third area is going to be the state of the other organs that clear toxicities, for example, the bowel, the liver, and the gallbladder. When we start to optimize the way in which the bowel, the liver, and the gallbladder function, the insulin production and function of the body improves. The fourth area is going to be the state of the mind. What we've recognized now is that the more active the mind is, the more stressed the mind is, the higher the cortisol is, the higher the sugar levels are. And that doesn't mean that we don't use our mind, but we recognize that balance in cortisol levels and stress and balance in our life in general is going to keep the insulin production at its optimum. The fifth area is the state of the blood vessels and the state of the body. The blood vessels to the pancreas do contribute to the levels of hormonal production that comes from the pancreas. So when we're looking to try to optimize the sugar and insulin situation in the body, we have to pay attention to underlying causes in all 5 areas, because as you may know, the higher the sugar level, the higher the sugars that are attached to all our organs, and the greater the incidence of all degenerative conditions. So this is one mechanism by which you can correct underlying contributors.